Hello, my name is Steve Mills and I've spent 25 years now working with small businesses. I've learned from many of the leading experts in sales and marketing throughout that time, and I now deliver that high level of knowledge to my small business owner clients. Today I want to talk to you about a fantastic book. It's by a guy called Robert Cialdini. In fact, he actually wrote probably many books, but a couple of books that I've got. He's got another one called Persuasion that I'll talk to you briefly about, but the main one I want to talk to you about is this one. Now, you really should buy this book firstly. Go and buy it on Amazon, or you can actually get it on our new website, on our shop at crofton.co.uk. But either way, go and buy this book. And in it, he talks about how to persuade. What are the keys to persuasion? Persuasion sometimes got a bit of a sort of negative type. I don't know, you're trying to persuade me, trying to, convince me, trying to change my mind, and it's a bit like, I don't know, almost like a black art. And I want you to be really clear about this. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about ethics here, using persuasion ethically. Persuading my son or daughter to do something that will benefit them is definitely, a good, persuading them to clean their teeth in the evening, is something that I want to be good at, to make sure they do that, to make sure they grow up with a healthy set of teeth. And the same is true in business. If I know that a particular client would really benefit from a particular program of mine, then, I owe it to them really, not just to me, but to them, to get them onto that program in order to help them to grow their business. Because probably they've been, to be honest, just messing around, going to networking events, doing a bit of word of mouth and so on, and struggling to survive for many, many years. So ethically, I feel it's my duty, if it's appropriate for them, to help them by getting them onto one of my programs. Now, by the way, just before I start and tell you all about persuasion, I want to try and persuade you to attend an online training. It's in sales and marketing. It's free to attend, so I want to give you something free, and I'll talk more about why I'm doing that when I talk about persuasion. So it's a free event, it's limited numbers, and it's with me. And it's all about how to improve the results that you're currently getting. Whatever results, if you spend an amount of time, money or effort on things like, I don't know, you've got a website, perhaps you're doing social media, you're going to networking events and so on and so forth. It's how do you get more out of that? But a little bit more about that later. But if you do want to sign up, then go to stevemills.co.co, and there's a big orange banner in the middle there. Just sign up on that, and as I say, it's totally free, runs at various times of the week. So, influence. How do you influence more people? Well, in this book, Robert Cialdini, Professor Cialdini, talks about the 6 keys. I'm going to go through them now, if I may. The first one that Cialdini says is really essential for influencing people is reciprocation. It's almost, I believe, a law of life that if I help somebody else, then they'll help me. It doesn't always work out, nothing's 100%, but if you can help people, then there's, I believe, certainly a significantly more chance that they're going to help you. So if you look at that from a point of view of your marketing, what are you doing on your website right now to help people? Perhaps you've got a video that helps people. Perhaps you've got a free report that helps people. What are you doing on LinkedIn to help people? Are you providing advice and tips and so on and so forth? And this is all about positioning you as the expert in whatever it is that you do, whether it's landscape gardening, repairing cars, or you're a marketing consultant, solicitor, whatever. It's about positioning you as the go-to expert in that. The second thing, he talks about social proof. we tend to buy things when lots of other people buy them. You know, when Apple launched the next iPhone, even though it ain't much different to the new iPhone, loads of people go and buy it because Apple create this like need to have the next version. You know, they social proof it. You know, they get loads of people talking about it, and do you know what? Millions of people turn up to buy the new Apple iPhone, even though it ain't much better than the last one. So, you know, social proof's really powerful. But again, how do you think about that from your point of view, from your business's point of view? What are you doing in order to do that? And you need to think about that. And so you might want to think about, you know, how social proof is your website? You know, how many recommendations are on there? Have you got loads of recommendations or just a few? You might want to think about your number of people that you're connected to on LinkedIn. You know, if I'm connected to 20 people, people are going to think, not sure, you know, how popular Steve is, you know. Whereas, you know, I've got nearly 8,500 contacts, and people see me and they think, oh wow, this guy must be a player, you know, he must be a known person, you know. And you know, you see people sometimes on YouTube and they've had, you know, 3.5 million views of their YouTube channel. I'm not yet one of those, but you know, I'm well into the many thousands. And you know, again, it's all about social proof, about providing and producing credibility to what you do. The next one is commitment and consistency, and this is really key. I think, you know, the commitment to be consistent. I think this is interpretation of it. You know, if you go on to LinkedIn once a month and do a post, you know, it's like going down the gym once a month and, you know, doing a curl. You know, it ain't really going to get you fit. And so you need to be there more often, and that's what this is all about. So consistency. It's also about making sure that there's a consistency in your brand. You know, if you've got a website that looks very different from your business card, that looks very different from your brochure, that looks not at all in sync with your logo, and on LinkedIn you look even more different, and there's no commonality in your brand, then, you know, it doesn't quite look right. I remember one example of a law firm that I worked with that very proudly said that they were Caversham's #1 law firm at the time, and they probably were. They were really good guys, really switched on people. But if you looked at their website, it looked like they were one man and a dog working out a hopeless street, you know, and their brand and their consistency of marketing message was not there because their website looked, quite frankly, bloody awful. So we've got to get that. Number 4 is liking, and I think this is so true, you know. Ultimately, as it says, where is it? It's not there, it's there. People buy from people that they know, like, and trust. And that is absolutely true. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. So you've got to get people to like you. How do you do that? Well, you be nice to them. You communicate with them. You speak to them on a regular basis. You know, people say, well, we're really good at keeping in touch with our clients. We send them a quarterly newsletter. Do you know what? That ain't going to do it, even if you got thousands of them. You know, you've got to find a way of communicating with them on a more regular basis. I'll give you one example that we've just started doing. We send out a weekly video to our clients that's just it's about 10-15 minutes of me doing what I'm doing right now, and that is giving advice and information to them. So, you know, it works really well. The next one is authority. People like people who are positioned as an authority. Now, I mentioned Robert Cialdini, PhD, Professor Robert Cialdini. He's immediately got some credibility here in his title. But he could get credibility by having written books. That's another way. He's written probably many books, to be honest. And I've written 4 books. It gives me some credibility in the industry. What else gives me credibility? At the beginning, I said I've been doing this for 25 years. There's some credibility. I can't, I must be quite good at this if I've been around for 25 years, and so on. So, there's many ways of getting authority, but, think about that one. And lastly, scarcity. It's the old, last biscuit in the tin scenario. Everybody wants it. When there were loads of biscuits, nobody ate them. When I'm down to the last one, or this is the last place on my seminar, or this special offer ends on Tuesday, or, we've got this special deal where instead of it costing you £100, it only costs you £60, but I've only got 10 of these left at this current deal. That's where scarcity comes in. Now, it don't fit every business, I appreciate that, but it is one of Cialdini's laws of success, so laws of influence. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Don't forget, if you want more tips from me, go to my website. Go to Steve Mills, www.stevemills, Mills is spelled MILLS, .co, that's .co, and click on the big orange button and go to the webinar page, sign up, and I'm going to give you, an hour's worth of really, really good content that's going to make a massive difference to your business. So thanks very much for listening, and look forward to speaking to you again very soon. Thank you.